Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to those if this is your first time stopping by. You're most definitely welcome, guys. And I do apologize if throughout the video my voice sounds a little bit off. It's because I do have like a sore throat, but that still, I'm not gonna let it stop me to record one, and I'm happy I quite did. So it's also a chit chat as well, so hopefully you guys like it. Don't forget to also comment down below by letting me know what type of tutorials you guys would like to see and what type of product you guys would like me to use, especially here in New Zealand, since it's a little bit hard and I can easily get my hands on some stuff that might be hard for some of you. And do comment down below by letting me know. I'll be so happy to film it for you guys, as I do have free time now, yeah, to be able to do that. And yeah, so until next time, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do support your girl. And yeah, and God bless you all. Bye, au revoir, Dieu vous bénisse. And most of you did like my get ready chit chat, so I'm gonna keep this one quite nice and simple. I don't want something too heavy. I'm gonna take you through the look, so just stay tuned. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So for now, I'm gonna do my brows on camera so you guys can see how I've changed how I do my brows. Before we get into that, my lips do look a bit dry, and I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown lip balm, and this one is one of my fave. So if you feel like you do have quite dry lips, and this also has like an SPF 15 to it, which is good for sun protection, so I would definitely do recommend buying one. It's very soft and your lips feel hydrated throughout the day. Even as you're gonna go and put some lipstick on, it still feels quite good, even when you wear like those matte lipstick that you feel like your lips are a bit dry. So it's one of my fave, like I really like it. Now going to the brows, what I'm gonna be using as my brow pencil today is the Grwm brow pencil. I really love this pencil right here, like it really does the trick for me. So you can find one in Farmers, and that's Farmers is for those that stay here in New Zealand. If you're watching me overseas, I'm sorry, you can find Grwm London anywhere, any drugstore, but this one here, it's one of my fave. I really like using it. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna brush my brows up, and I'm just using a spoolie to do that. And about the mess. If you mess it up a bit, we're just gonna clean it up after. So for now, just worry about trying to create that arch. Doing that, don't worry about this. The arch looks a little bit up, so don't worry, I'm gonna fix that. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going back in and I'm just brushing it up. I'm gonna use my foundation to clean it. Like I used to use concealer, so you can still use concealer if you want to. I just like to use foundation on because it does look a little bit more natural, so that's why I normally go for foundation now. And I'm just going to be using the Double A foundation today, and that's the foundation I'm using to conceal. And also, just in case you must be wondering what color I'm using, I'm actually using the black brown. That dark brown is not brown enough, so I'm using the black brown. So yeah, and I'm just gonna take like a clean brush and just gonna clean the edges. quite happy with it, so I'm just going to take a bit of whatever I have left on the brush and just clean the edges so I don't have any harsh line right in front there. Normally after I've done cleaning my brows, so what I do, I go back with a spoolie, so I brush the brow hair. I brush the brow hair up a little bit, so I just create like those feathers, because that's something that I really like these days, like that, like so, as you can see. Nothing too harsh, pretty like I've really changed how I do them, as you guys can see. Really good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Okay, now since we finished doing the brows, so hopefully I helped you guys a little bit. Nothing too serious. It takes me like less than 10 minutes to do my brows now. The reason why it took a bit longer on camera, that's because I'm trying to teach you guys on how to do it. But now for the look I'm going for today, it's something very simple that could help someone who wears makeup every day to work, and you don't want to do too much. You just want something quite nice, quick and simple, on the go. And this is something I used to do also for myself every day. Yeah, so stay tuned. So now, face clean. I've used the toner, I've moisturized, eye cream, I've used the serum. So now I'm about to go and use a primer. So this one here is the Bobbi Brown primer, and this one is called Primer Plus Radiance and SPF 35. You do need your SPF, guys. Whew, I love how my skin is looking. Skin on fleck. Anyway, yeah, so I love this primer right here. So what it does is it just locks in your moisture, so without making you look dry, and it does have a bit of radiance to it. So I really love this primer right here. And if you're oily, guys, you go get one. It's really good, quite affordable, not too expensive. Yeah. And what I normally do, I'm just gonna place a bit right here. I get quite oily on my forehead, T-zone. These dots, it's not much, very little. Don't worry guys, my face looks a bit white. It doesn't affect your foundation at all. It does disappear. So I really like that. And also you've noticed that I haven't done my eyes today. I'm going straight to the face. That's because the look I'm trying to create, I want to do my face first and then do the eyes after. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. So the foundation I'll be using today is the Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade Amber Honey. I'm going with the foundation also around my eyes, because that's what I'm going to use as a primer today. This foundation is also quite a really good match for me, so I don't need to drag it right here. It matches me really well. As you can see, the coverage is really amazing. It sits really nice, and also it's one of my favorite foundation, because I do have a couple. So each tutorials I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna be using my favorite foundation, so you guys can see the difference, and that could also help you in your search for like a good foundation. I'm happy with that. And I've noticed, I've looked around, and every time I'm around people, so especially when I go to weddings and stuff like that, this is how normally most of you actually end up. Like, you just do that and you do maybe like a bit of eyeshadow and that's it. Guys, especially if you haven't used a primer, your foundation is not gonna last throughout the day, like literally, especially during summertime, like it literally is not gonna last. So what I'll recommend doing is, if you're not gonna use a primer, at least use a bit of a powder. But I'll recommend investing in a primer which caters to your skin tone, whether you're oily, your dry skin, your combination. Don't just go and purchase any primer, because they're primers that caters to different skin condition, different skin tone. So if you're oily, go buy one that works for oily skin. If you're dry, go get one that works for dry skin. If you're combination, then one one that works for combination skin. That way you are guaranteed for your makeup, your whatever you're trying to achieve, to last throughout the day. Yeah, so and now some of you just stop here. For me, I just want to see my face looks a bit flat. It looks quite nice, but just flat, no definition or nothing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use a concealer just to highlight just a little bit. And the concealer I'll be using today as well is the Double Wear concealer. I really love this concealer right here. Like, guys, I'm crazy about the LA Girl one, but I think this one also is one of my favorite. I really love it. It's really good, full coverage. It's also long wearing, just like Double Wear. So imagine if you're going to a party, especially for weddings, like you don't need to touch up or do anything like that. This does the trick for you. I love it. It's really good. So the color I'm using today, it's called Deep Natural. So I'm just gonna place a bit of it underneath my eyes. These are areas where the light hits the most, so a bit of that. And here we go. Remember, guys, not using much, just a tiny bit. So now I'm just gonna go with this beauty blender. Okay, it's a sponge by Real Technique, my favorite as well. It works really good, very affordable. You don't need to spend a fortune for it. So I'm just gonna use that to blend. I'm also going around my eyes as well, because remember, I haven't done my eyeshadow yet, so I'm gonna use that as a primer for my eyes as well, just like I did with the foundation. See, really blended. It looks really good. Like, can you see? It looks so amazing. Like, I love this concealer. Just go to the counter, because you mostly find Estee Lauder and Farmers. That's for those that stay here in New Zealand. If you're overseas, you can find Estee Lauder anywhere, so I wouldn't know exactly where. But and go get color matched. You know, they're always available to color match you and stuff. And yeah, so I've done that, and I'm quite happy with it. And you can see I just want underneath my eyes to be highlighted a little bit more, just a little bit more brighter. So, and I'm going again with another one, and this one, it's called Medium Deep. So it's a little bit lighter because I purchased two just in case one looked a bit too natural. So I'm just placing a tiny bit of it, not much, like that. Do comment down below, guys, what type of brand you guys would like me to use and record videos of, that you feel like, oh, we're not too sure about this brand, can you record a tutorial about this? I'll be happy to do that for you, as now I do have time now to actually record videos. So I want to make sure I make use of that time. So do let me know. I do have some drugstore brand that have come up that are really good, actually, that I'm going to be doing tutorials on as well. That's to help those that don't want to spend a fortune on makeup. You know, sometimes you have to look at it, guys. Sometimes cheap is good, but when it comes to your face, you really want to invest in something that's really nice. You don't want to go buy a foundation that's $2 and then you wonder why your skin is breaking out. Like, do the math. $2, what type of ingredient is going into it? You see? Yeah, so invest in good foundation in the long run. Some of them are now like 24 months shelf life. Like, just invest in a good one. $2, it won't last you long. It's not even gonna wear throughout the day. By the time you finish work, your foundation is all gone and you wonder why, and you're asking for all these tips and tricks. But bruh, that's because your foundation is cheap. So, you know, save up. Like, you're not gonna this life is too short, you know, like, enjoy it. Like, I'm not saying go spend a fortune, but what I'm saying is, at least, you know, spend on something that's really good. And yeah, so done that. So now I'm gonna be contouring today, and I'll be using the Bobbi Brown foundation stick. It's called Cool Walnut. It's a foundation stick, so they have lots of colors. Next time I'm actually going to do a tutorial using Bobbi Brown foundation, and you guys can also see that we do have different I do have lots of different foundation. Want this look, even though I don't want too much, I still want the look to be quite intense. There we go. Sometime, guys, I know I'm doing a bit of contouring today. Sometime if you feel like contouring might take a bit much of your time, next time I'm actually going to do a tutorial where I don't use like a cream foundation to contour. I'm just using a bronzer, so that way you see that you only need you don't need to contour every day. You can actually just use a bronzer to achieve that. And as you can see, my face is coming, like it's taking a nice shape now, and I'm just going to blend my nose. Remember, blending is the key, guys. Like, you cannot want something nice and beautiful if you don't blend. Like, blending is the key. You have to blend. I know some of you might be in a rush in the morning, but you know, just wake up an extra 5 minutes. Skin looks amazing. Wow. Okay, so we've done that, and I'm gonna set under my eyes using the Sacha Buttercup setting powder. Remember, guys, like I said, I don't bake anymore, so what I do, use a bit and just press. And I'm also gonna go around my eyes as well, just to set it too, just to get ready for the eyeshadow. As you can see, everything is coming together already. Also, I've no December, February, January, November. It's like wedding season. So even this look, it's actually quite nice for someone who doesn't want too much for wedding. It doesn't matter your skin tone, whether you're black, you're white, whatever. You can still achieve the same result doing the same thing I'm doing. So before I contour, I'm just gonna set my face using, I know there are people that are like, oh, powder, I don't use powder. Okay, you don't use powder, you don't wear primer, you just wear foundation. How do you expect your foundation to last long? And if you remember really well as well, when you do that, your face is so shiny, like so shiny, that if someone even hugs you, you end up getting their clothes dirty. That's not nice. But anyway, yeah, so if you don't like powder, you don't have to use too much. Just use a tiny bit and apply it areas where you need it the most. And whatever that's left on the brush, that's where you go and just apply other areas. And the powder I'll be using today is the Bobbi Brown Skin Weightless Powder Foundation. I love this stuff. And it's in the shade Warm Almond. So I'm going to use that just to set my face. I love powder. I don't care what people say, like, because I know how to use it. So I love powder. Like, I love powder. You just have to know how to use it, you know. Like, I love powder. And that's done. As you can see, I've removed off all the excess that I had, so everything looks quite nice and flawless. And to contour, to set the part where I applied foundation to contour, I'm gonna be using the Bobbi Brown Sheer Finish Press Powder. Like, I do believe they have bronzers that caters to dark skin tone, but I don't think they have it here in New Zealand because I haven't gotten my hands on one. So what I've done is I'm actually using one of the sheer press powder in the shade Warm Chestnut, and that's the color. And this one here actually works really well on any skin tone, so that's what I've been using as a bronzer. And I really like the finish of it. It's like so nice. Do you guys like my hair today? I did a little bit of if you want to see how I did that, comment down below and I'm gonna do one. I'm not a hair guru, but I do know, you know, a little tricks about hair and stuff. Like I said, guys, like your girls is quite, I won't say talented, but I do, I can do a few things, you know. I can cook, I can do makeup, I can do hair, I can lift weights. You know, if you want to see some gym exercise videos, comment down below and I'll do some for you, because your girl is into fitness as well, you know. Like this so far. I love it. It looks really good. Since we're done with contouring, so now we're gonna go with a blusher. Like I mentioned before, guys, in my other video, like my favorite blusher to use is the Sleek Makeup blusher, and this one is like 3-in-1, you know, and I'll be using these two colors right there, and it also works well for dark skin tone. I didn't want to be married like this, you know, like flawless, flawless, flawless. And like I mentioned in the other video as well, something that I really like to do as well when I do blusher is apply this MAC Perfectly Lit shimmer blush. I'll call it like that, you know. Okay, since we're done with that, I'm quite happy. Very subtle, not too much. I'm not a too much girl anymore. You don't need too much makeup to be able to achieve this. This is something you can actually wear every day, guys, like no struggle. I know some of you are like, oh Mom, that's a bit much, but come on, like you're always appreciating the look and you want to do it, just put a bit of effort to it, you know. That's done. So, and the highlighter I'll be using today is the Becca highlighter in the shade Topaz, and it looks like that. Whew, look at that glow. That's actually what I'm going for, something quite glowy. And a bit on the nose, but look a bit weird, eh, without my eyes done. Eyes, now we're getting to the eyes. This is going to be something quite shocking for some of you, but that's okay. We're here to learn, right? So I'm going to be using the MAC eyeliner, and this one is called Feline. I really love it. It's quite nice and dark. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place it right on top, and don't worry if it's messy, because we're gonna fix that. Like that. And now I'm just gonna take a small brush, like a small brush like this, and it's quite nice and fluffy, and I'm gonna take, this is a blusher by Bobbi Brown, and it's called Berry. They've actually discontinued it. I really quite liked it. You can just find an eyeshadow that is similar, a color like that. It's more like a berry, burgundy, red, whatever. So I take a bit of it, dust off the excess, and I just smudge it right at the top. Hey guys, don't worry if your eyeliner doesn't look right. It's okay, because you can go back with the eyeshadow and just smudge it. actually eye look that I do after I've done my foundation, because normally I do foundation first, eyeshadow first, so that way when I have any fallouts I can always clean it up after. But this blush actually doesn't have fallouts, so, and it's easy. So you see, like that, quite nice, eh? It's very nice. And I'm doing the same here. The cool thing with this trick right here is you can use a black liner and you can always go back in with a different eyeshadow. You don't have to use the same color I've used. You could use the color that suits you, and all you do, you just smudge it. But this color here goes pretty much with anything. So we've done that. You've noticed I'm only using one brush to create it, and I'm just going back in with my fingers just to blend the edges. Remember guys, blending the edges is always important. You see that? Looks so pretty here. No hassle. You do that you could do that. I used to do that every day when I went to work. Every day. Every single day. This is what I used to do. Every single day. Like, and you know, working for Bobbi Brown, we weren't allowed to wear lashes, and you can tell I ain't got any, so I had to create some. But now I'm just gonna do the bottom part as well. Done the bottom as well, and I'll do same. Take the same blusher. This is actually a blusher, it's not an eyeshadow. This is the thing with makeup, like especially when anything that has to be powder, you could use it for eyes, you could use it for cheeks. Yeah, anything that's powder, you could use it for anything. You know, you're not limited just because it's a blusher, you're limited to use it as a blusher. You could use it also as an eyeshadow, you know. And I'm just blending. Look at how smoky that looks. Pretty good, eh? And look at the concealer, it looks pretty good. Like I told you guys. So what I used to do after doing that, I'll just put a bit of mascara and that's it. So for some of you, this is what you could do every day. See, it still looks really good. All you do, you just apply a bit of mascara and straight, you know, like you're good to go. Nothing much and anything like that, but you know, your girl love me some lashes. We need to glam this look up, you know. This is something you could wear for your own wedding. Very simple. If you don't want to spend money on makeup artists, you could recreate that for yourself and just get some lashes. Yeah, so I've done that. I'm gonna put some lashes on, so because I want to glam this look up. And yeah, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, back with the lashes on. Like I said before, you could wear this look without lashes. Because of what I'm doing today, I actually wanted lashes on, but normally if I had to go to work, this is actually what I used to do. Just do it without lashes, put a mascara, and then I'm off to work. But I really want this look to be like still very natural, but still, you know, a bit of, you know, like yeah. Yeah, so since we've done that, lashes on, quite happy with everything. I hope you guys like it so far. And now I really want my lips to be really bold. So the reason why I wanted lashes is because I also wanted the lips to be quite bold. I didn't want the eyes to be quite subtle. So and the lipstick ooh, my throat, man. Now my lips feel quite nice and hydrated. I had to take off a little bit of the lip balm because I want my lipstick to be quite matte. So the lip liner I'll be using today is the MAC Chestnut. It goes pretty much with everything, so I'm going to use it just to line my lips. With the lips, and for lipstick I'll be using the Bobbi Brown lipstick, and this one is the Luxe Matte Lip Color. Guys, hands down, one of the best lipsticks I've used are the Bobbi Brown lipstick. They're very hydrating. It doesn't matter whether they're matte, whether they're whatever, like they still hydrate your lips, like no jokes. And my favorite lipstick for Bobbi Brown are the Luxe lipstick. Like they're really, really good. And this one is the Luxe lipstick. They come like this, gold packaging, and this one is a matte one, and the color I'll be using today is Red Carpet. That's my favorite red. It works well with anyone. Like the undertone of that red, it's so perfect, like no kidding. It's one of my fave, so I'm going to be using that today. As you can see, finish with a lip. This is what I wanted to do. See, you could wear that for a wedding if you're bold enough, you know. So now let's set the face with a bit of setting spray, and I'm using the MAC setting spray today.